Today, I'm going to be covering the top 5 logo design types that are most commonly used by businesses and brands. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel where I make content about design, business, and strategy. If you're into that type of content, go ahead and subscribe. You won't regret it. My name is Caleb, MJW, and today I'm going to be covering the top 5 logo design types that are most commonly used by businesses and brands. I will also include examples, and I'll be going over each design category to show you what makes them different from each other and how they should be used by various types of businesses. Everyone knows what a logo is. It's pretty much the face of the business, and in most cases, if designed properly, it can create instant recognition, help the brand establish credibility, and it can also help separate itself from competitors in the marketplace. But to get to that good logo, you have to understand the 5 types of logo designs that exist, starting with the first one, the symbol type logo, which is also referred to as the icon or the pictorial. You might recognize a few of these logos like Nike, Apple, Mercedes-Benz. These types of logos are usually designed very simple but bold and generally represent a bigger brand that's global or a company that plans on moving into multiple countries in the future. The reason for its simplicity is because when your brand moves into multiple countries, you want a symbol or an icon that's easy for them to understand. You have to remember, that country may not speak your language, they may not understand your background or your culture, so when you design your logo, you want it simple and easy for them to understand so they don't have to learn a whole nother language just to buy your products. Moving on to number 2, the wordmark logo. Everyone has seen these types of logos, from Vans to Facebook and Sony. All of these are good examples of what a wordmark logo is, and they're pretty direct and straightforward. As you can tell, a wordmark logo is exactly what it sounds like. It's a word-based logo with a unique style text that spells out the company's name or brand. In most cases, it requires a custom font to be created specifically for the brand to use on all of their marketing material and their branding collateral so that it's easier for them to produce their products and make content. So just note, if you are considering a wordmark logo, you're gonna have to have a custom font created, and that can get pretty complex sometimes, especially if you're not working with the right designer. Moving on to the third type, the lettermark logo. You may have seen a few of these brands like H&M, IBM, NASA. These are a few examples of the lettermark logo type, and they are exclusively typographic. The lettermark is usually a symbol representing the company through the use of its initials or the brand's first letter. A lot of companies choose to use this logo type because their initials can graphically illustrate the company better than their full name. And the reason for this is because their name is too long. Take NASA, for example. The full name spelt out stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Try making that logo look cool. The name would be like this big, and it would never fit on a dad hat again. The other reason a brand might use a lettermark logo is just because the name is too hard to pronounce, or the name isn't distinct enough and can't carry its own weight. So if you have a name that's just too long, too hard to pronounce, or you don't think the name is strong enough to carry its own weight, choosing this option might end up making life easier on your brand. Moving on to the fourth logo type, the combination logo mark. Sprint, Adidas, Rolex, all of these companies use what is called a combination logo mark, which is essentially combining a word mark and a symbol logo together into one. This gives the brand flexibility to use either both elements of the logo or a single element of the logo across a variety of applications. It can also be more beneficial for future use depending on the brand's marketing purposes. A well-designed combination logo mark looks just as good with the elements separate as it does with them together. In my personal opinion, this is the best logo mark you can go with due to the flexibility and the different ways you can use it. Moving on to the fifth logo type, the emblem logo. Starbucks, Harley-Davidson, NFL, these are all companies who take advantage of the emblem logo. The emblem logo encases the company's name within or around a specific design. That design generally conveys the company's ideas they stand for and the values they share. For example, if you look at the NFL logo, It's technically a letter mark with little football designs scattered around it, encapsulated into some sort of badge or patch. Starbucks kind of has the same thing going for it, but instead of a letter mark, it's a word mark with some cool designs that are going on around inside of it. Businesses usually end up going with this logo type when they want to add a little bit more character and a little bit more about what they do into the brand. I would say this is probably the hardest logo type to accomplish, because once you start adding more and taking away from the simplicity, it can start to look kind of amateur. People think they need to add exactly what they do into their logo, but this is far from true. If you're a cleaning company, you don't need to have a broom or a mop or a dustpan in your logo. You just need something simple and clean, and something that's going to articulate what your brand is about. That's pretty much it for the top 5 logo design types. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, smash that like button, hit subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.